Hey, this is Tony from Fantasy Quick Hits on running back Antonio Gibson. So, Antonio Gibson is a running back that many of us, myself included, were high on going into the 2021 season, especially when head coach Ron Rivera had talked about using Gibson in that Christian McCaffrey kind of dual running back, dual threat type running back role. And we saw him at times last year look really, really, very, very, very good. He finished the season as the running back number 10 in PPR. Things seem to be trending in the right direction. And then I just think it's been a disastrous offseason from a fantasy perspective for Antonio Gibson. The Commanders went out and they re-signed JD McKissick to be that kind of that third down, that receiving running back, and keep him in that type of a role. And then out of nowhere, kind of caught many of us by surprise. They went ahead and they drafted Brian Robinson in the third round. And to me, that is the biggest concern I have with Gibson, because now Rivera is comparing this new duo of Antonio Gibson and Robinson to the one that he coached in Carolina when he had both D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart. And so, if you remember fantasy back then, this is just kind of catastrophic for Antonio Gibson's fantasy value. And we're also beginning to see now that the Commanders are planning on using Robinson kind of for that short yardage type role and for the goal line carries, which is going to be a big hit to Gibson's fantasy value. So I'm off Antonio Gibson this year. I'm not sure what to expect, and that to me, that uncertainty makes me really quite concerned. Of course, we saw last year also that he not necessarily injury prone, but does have these nagging type injuries that he deals with throughout the year. And to his credit, he played through them last year, but not crazy about Antonio Gibson this year. I'm going to stay away from him on my fantasy roster. That's the professor on running back, Antonio Gibson.